If you're a business owner and the word audit sends chills down your spine, don't worry, you're not alone. Most business owners don't worry about an audit because they're doing something wrong. They're worried because they're not sure what to expect, if they're prepared enough, and what will happen during the audit. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Joe, a licensed certified public accountant with over 10 years experience in corporate and public accounting. I have an extensive background in accounting, audits, and taxes, and I'm all about helping you take control of your money and live smarter. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and turn on all notifications. And check out our blog site where we post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Today, I'm walking you through how to prepare for a business financial audit, step by step, so it's smoother, less stressful, and actually useful for your business. And stick with me because an audit doesn't have to be a nightmare. When done right, it actually makes your business stronger. Let's start by clearing some things up. A financial audit is not the same as a tax audit in your business. A financial audit is an independent review of your company's financial statements to confirm that they're accurate and presented fairly, usually under the GAAP or another accounting framework. Audits are often required if you're applying for a loan or financing, you have investors or a board of directors, you receive grants or government funding, you hit a certain revenue threshold. The auditor's job isn't to get you in trouble. Their job is to verify your numbers and your processes. Preparation is what determines whether these feel manageable or overwhelming. When business owners don't prepare for an audit, here's what usually happens. The audit usually drags on for months. You're constantly scrambling for documentation requested by the auditors. Your audit fees is the biggest thing are going to increase. And small issues turn into formal findings by the auditors. So, what happens when you, as a business owner, you do prepare for audit? The audit moves a lot faster. There are fewer questions and fewer surprises from the auditors. There's a lower stress for you and your team. And you'll have stronger credibility with the banks and your stakeholders. Think of audit prep as protecting your reputation and your time. Before auditors show up, your financial statements need to be finalized, not in draft form, but the final version for the auditors to start their work. Be sure that your financial statements have a balance sheet, an income statement, and oftentimes a statement of cash flows. Make sure your numbers are final, your balances make sense, and your prior year numbers match last year's audited financial statements. This is one of the biggest mistakes I see. Business try to finish their books during the audit. That always makes things harder. If you're unsure whether your financials are ready, that's where working with the CPA before the audit is incredibly valuable. As an auditor, I can tell you, we love reconciliations. We make sure not to miss one of them. Before you begin your financial audit, make sure that your bank accounts should all be reconciled monthly. Credit cards should match statements. Accounts receivable should tie to the customer aging report. Accounts payable should tie to the vendor aging report. And your payroll liabilities should match the payroll reports. Each reconciliation should show what your balance started with, what cleared those accounts, what didn't clear those accounts, and why those items didn't clear or did clear. If you can't explain the balance, neither can your auditors, and that's when questions multiply. Auditors are evidence-based. So, for every major number, be sure to know that the auditors are going to ask, can you prove it? Be sure to have your supporting documentation ready for when auditors come in. This is going to be bank statements, invoices and receipts, contracts and agreements, loans and lease documents, payroll reports and tax filings, and fixed asset schedules. My biggest tip here, organize everything digitally by category. When documentation is clean and easy to access, audits move faster and cost less money. Revenue and expenses are high risk in every audit. Before the audit, make sure revenue is recorded in the correct period. Review your customer contracts. Look closely at your year-end transactions. And be sure to identify any unusual large or one-time items. If you're on accrual basis of accounting, pay special attention to your deferred revenues, accrued expenses, and your prepaid expenses. These are common problem areas, but also some of the easiest to fix before the audit starts. Internal controls sounds like a fancy term, but it actually only answers one question. And that question is, how does your business prevent mistakes and fraud? Auditors will look at who approves payments, who records transactions, who reconciles the accounts, and who has access to the accounting system. If you're a small business and thinking, I do all that, don't panic. Auditors understand size and limitation. They're looking for reasonable controls, not perfection. Auditors will ask a lot of questions, and how your team responds matters. Before the audit begins, let your staff know what's coming. Decide who the main audit contact is. Make sure answers are concise and encourage honesty. And here's an important reminder. It's okay to say, let me confirm that and get back to you. Guessing creates bigger problems than admitting you need to check. Address known issues early with your auditors if you already know. Prior audit findings, accounting changes, system transitions, staff turnover. Address them up front. Auditors appreciate transparency and it builds trust. Trying to hide issues almost always backfires. Having a CPA business advisor can really help you prep for an audit in many ways. And here's some that I often see. A CPA advisor can really help you to review financial statements before the audit, help you to fix issues early on. Organize your documents so that way when you get those requests, they're quicker to send out. Strengthen those internal controls that make sense for your business. And they can help you to communicate better with the auditors. And they can reduce the audit time and fees. The audit shouldn't start with the auditors. It should start with preparation. Just remember, an audit isn't just a requirement. It's an opportunity to improve your financial clarity, strengthen your business systems, build credibility with lenders and investors. With the right prep, an audit doesn't have to be scary. If this video helped you out, hit the like button and be sure to subscribe and follow for more business and accounting tips. And if you have an audit coming up in your business, be sure to prep early and start getting all that stuff ready for your audit. And good luck. And come back next week where we'll talk about common deductions missed by small business owners and their business.